New family, dire rituals, and deadly sleep. This is Gluttony and Earth. Hello and welcome to the IDL. My name's Nick, and this is Gluttony and Earth. And joining me today, we have our special little boy. It's Kyle.
I'm not little.
And I guess joining us today is our medium special boy. It's Adam.
I'd say I'm a medium.
Yeah. And with us, as always, is our little special boy. It's BakaZombie.
You specifically didn't say large special boy because I'm the fattest one here.
Because I knew if I said it, you were going to go, you just call me fat?
I was waiting for that joke, and now I'm wondering, are you calling me fat?
No, I'm calling you medium.
But everyone else is a special little boy. I'm not a special little boy.
I'm a special medium boy. Emphasis on the blank, the spaces in between words.
oh man, okay.
So today I want to know, what's your favorite zoo go-to? So like when you're heading to the zoo and you got this plans, what is your number one goal when you get to the zoo? What is it that you are after, that you want to see your zoo, your utopian experience at the zoo, a zootopia, if you will? For me, it's the cats. I like cats. I like big cats, I like small cats. I like all kind of cats. So I like they're never out in any zoo I go to. They're always like hiding in a corner. You have to like find the right angle to spot where they're at. But I like seeing cats.
I have never given this one thought in my entire life.
You don't go to a zoo with a plan?
I go to the zoo to see all the animals.
Yeah, but you don't have like the animal you're into. Like you're like, I want to see the African tree frog. I want to go to the frog tanks. I want to go to the reptile tanks. I want to glare in there at the mambas.
No, you know what my zoo plan is? I go to the zoo and I'm like, okay, great. How many different paths do they have? Cool. I'll go walk along the African path and see everything there. Cool. I'll go along the South America path and see everything there. I go to the zoo to see all the animals. It's not like...
Is it the African animals you're into the most?
This is not...
You like a good okapi? I don't know if that's a fucking African animal. An okapi.
Yeah.
It is? Okay. Okay, I mean, so okay, so you just like it in total. That's your big... You just like the zoo in all of its zoo-ness.
Yeah.
The whole zoo is your zootopia.
Yeah.
Okay.
My least favorite is probably like the I'm not a big reptile person, and that's
okay.
They're great. I have nothing against them. They're just not for me.
That's fair. That's fair, I guess. But it's interesting that you didn't have a most into, but you did have a least into. How about Kyle? What do you have you been to a zoo?
Yeah, I've been to a zoo.
I think I've asked you about it before, like a few episodes ago, like a month ago, maybe, of recording. We've talked about zoo. It was like they have zoos at the beach, but what do you go? What are your interests when you go there? Like, is there a specific
I'll tell you.
An exhibit?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. The exit.
I know. What? What?
I like it.
What is this?
Not saying it's a good take, but I like it.
That's not a good take. Don't like that.
I didn't say it was a good one. I just said it's a strong one, and I like that. It's
my gosh! Why do you hate animals?
I don't hate animals. I just don't want to pay for the experience to be outside to look at. Yeah, for the zoo here, you need to pay to get in.
Oh, I can see why that would be. I can see why that would be dissuading. Whenever I travel, one of the big things I go to every time is the zoo, and often the zoo for these places are free, so I just go to free zoos all the time. Also, the zoo in my hometown, I've never paid for because I learned from Baka that you can just walk in and they won't care. We've done that.
It's not that they don't care; it's that they can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Okay, Baka, tell.
All right,
get a little zoo.
Hour zoo goers over here.
I agree.
If you're going to the zoo, you make a day of it, all right? You plan the day before. You look, you see what's new at the zoo, what's the new exhibits that they're promoting, what is their daily times for everything, feedings, trainings, shows, and you plan around that. You pick a point at the map to start, you go around, and you hit the points at certain parts of the day. Big cats, you want to see big cats, go early in the morning because that's when everything gets fed. The big cats are going to be moving, especially. And as you go throughout the day, as you spend at least 20 minutes at each exhibit, because they're going to be doing different things. You can track to see what they're doing. If you aren't able to see them perfectly at that time, log it in your mind. You're coming back to that exhibit later in the day when they're doing the nighttime feedings. Obviously. I travel to go to zoos.
No, that's also why I didn't have I don't have any strong opinions, and I knew Baka would, so I wanted to hear.
I knew Baka had strong opinions. Baka's the zoo boy here. All zoos are a zootopia for Baka.
I went to Seattle just to go to 2 different zoos. I did nothing else. I would go to Texas just to go to zoos and do nothing else. And I was there for a week, and all I did was
yeah, you skipped out on the other reason you went to go to Texas just to go to the zoo.
A video game tournament, and didn't go to the video game tournament, went to the zoo.
I will also say, most of the times I've gone to a zoo has been with small children. And that's just you're at the whim of a child then of what they want to do and what they think is interesting.
So when I was a kid, it's weird. My interest at the zoo as a kid was very different. To me, I was all about the penny machines.
I did immediately think of penny machines.
Yeah, as a kid, the zoo, my Zootopia was spending change at destroying U.S. currency to get animals on it. That's a fun physical craft you can interact with.
I still have a Press-A-Penny from, I believe, a summer school in elementary trip to the zoo.
I have a cup full of just pressed pennies from all these different places.
They should bring that back for quarters and shit now. I think
quarters.
You can at one of the zoos near us. You can, at least when I worked there, because I used to work at a zoo, 2 different zoos. You could buy a medallion that was worth $1, and it was essentially the same thing.
Yeah, but I mean,
cost $1.
It's I think if you get you could do quarters and shit like that, then you're at least taking money out of the system.
I almost wonder if quarters are too tough to press because they're not made of copper like the pennies are.
That could be. That could be.
Tough.
I mean, because in general, I think money presses is just a underused way to cut down on inflation. And I think we could easily enact that. I think it's pretty solid.
A wild take.
Not a wild. You can Google it. Everyone now, just go Google Zootopia inflation, and you will you will get very serious research on this. No, I was thinking because just taking money out of circulation. I was this is the most interesting way that I think the U.S. has for taking money out of circulation is just shitty things like penny pressers. But no, I don't usually plan. I usually because I'm usually going with other people when I'm
never
when
go
I'm
with
at the
other
zoo.
people.
Yeah, no, I think fair. Yeah, that'd be. But I'm usually traveling with other people, so that's usually when we go.
You go see the reptiles at noon because they always do nothing. So and they're always out. So it's just easier to see them at noon. Nice little middle of the day relaxation inside, so you're not outside. Can you go back outside
by hanging out with the reptiles?
Yeah, all the mammals outside are going to be sleeping at noon because it's hot and it takes a lot of energy for them to move around all day. That's when they sleep.
Or you could just leave.
I thought at minimum everyone would be like, okay, yeah, I really like going to see the orangutans or something like that. I didn't expect and I want to leave. This is wild to me. Why do you hate animals?
I don't hate animals. It's just the moment you see them, it's like, okay, cool. What now?
What now? You get to be their friend by watching them.
Well,
you keep watching them. You learn their behaviors. You take pictures of them, so you have files of animal pictures.
There's facts about them, and they talk about how they socialize. So then you try to imitate the socialization, hoping that those apes will become your friend, and then the one gets really aggressive towards you, and you don't know what you did wrong.
And then you learn all these animal facts and use it as your only form of personality to try and get people to like you, but it doesn't work most of the time.
Also, hot tag, what's your opinion on the polar bear exhibit at St. Louis Zoo? I asked because it's really long, but it's mostly dry. There's like a small area of water that they're able to swim around in.
I think it's
to me it is deep,
there.
but he just kept doing like a very small lap, and it looked like he or she, I don't know, was very bored.
Yeah,
because of like the
I
small
don't remember
water.
the polar bear exhibit as much from St. Louis because I didn't spend as much time there.
Yeah,
it was.
The water, I was gonna say, because the water exhibit they have, like the water in that area is significantly less than like the Como. I think it's like
if I remember,
less than
because
half
the seals
Como.
are close by to them. They have seals there too, right? If I remember correctly.
Maybe I don't remember if I saw seals. Because it was
like a couple of zoos kind of that I went to a long time ago mashed together.
Yeah.
Because St. Louis. Maybe I'm thinking of one of the Ohio's. Not Ohio. Wait, I forget where towns are now.
Yeah,
Cincinnati. That's in Ohio, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Because there was a weekend where I went to Cincinnati and not Talladega. What's the T town in Ohio?
Toledo. It's Toledo.
Tomato.
It wasn't Toledo.
Toledo's it's the big three cities are Columbus, Cincinnati, and Toledo in Ohio.
It was Toledo. Yeah. You're right. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I went to Toledo and Cincinnati in the same week. So those kind of mashed together. I think it might have been one of those. It might have been Toledo that had the polar bear and the... I'd have to go through all my picture files.
That's right. I went to Cincinnati like 8 years ago, so I don't really remember it too much. I did almost get attacked by a puffin at the St. Louis Zoo, and that was fucking scary. So he was just hanging around, staring us at the edge, and like it's a pretty like open area. Like they could get to you, and then he just started like rearing up and like getting real hostile towards me. I'm like, why do these animals keep hating me? Speaking about animals in cages, let's talk about the recap. After realizing it was unsafe to travel alone in the streets with leering ghouls and ghast lurking all around them, the crew decided to stick together in the fog and talk to shop owners instead. Endien, at this point, has realized that her money now is hot to the touch. So she wraps it up and puts it away in her bag, but is again needing to take it out to purchase some antitoxin from this general goods store run by Hal the Ghoul. Paying for this antitoxin, realizing that the money is only getting hotter, and she sets it down to pay for the stuff, so that way Hal will talk to them, actually. After saying that there's no public restrooms, Hal also lets them know that the best way to the belly swamps is to go west from Compass, and that they should likely stop by and talk to Lord Thridewolf Volcule, the lord of the Volcule estate in which they are in right now. That he would have a lot more information for them, because he also recognizes that they are not from Dark World, and they seem to be confused about some of the premises in Dark World. So they find their way to the manor by following Compass as Hal instructed, and near the edge of the town is a gated area with lush vegetation and fruits or trees, and they approach it and are let in. And as they're sitting in the foyer waiting for someone, eventually they hear the click-clacks of shoes on hardwood coming down the stairs, and Thridewolf Volcule himself greets them. He is in his best luxurious bathrobe and invites them up to the study to discuss some things. He asks for a servant to fetch some fresh Fracterran food for Thellum. So Thellum ends up getting these raspberries, apples, some fish, stuff to actually snack on while they're in the study. They sit down in this nice cozy study filled with books and a fireplace and a portrait of a woman, and they start to converse. Endien wonders what's going on with the strings. He says they must have been there. All his fog does is make invisibility visible, so those must have just been attached beforehand. Unable to really give an answer more on that, Thellum asks who the woman is, and he says that's his late wife. He eventually offers them a place to stay for the night, which they accept, and also just allows them to understand that it's going to be a 3-day journey following Compass to get to Mother's Village, and that he doesn't really know necessarily what they'll find in the belly swamps on the way there, but that they should just not trust anything that they meet there. And so you've accepted your invitation to sleep over. The servant from before arrives and knocks on the door a bit for an attention. Yes, my servant here shall be able to find you to your quarters, if you'd like. Unless you have more you wish to discuss, I figure you might want to think about your own adventure.
Yes, I am all right with turning in for the evening if the others are.
Yes, you've been very helpful. Thank you.
Thellum stays put.
Okay. It's a Gilfin situation again. Stays in the study as the other two go to bed.
Thellum, are you going to be staying up with our host?
Wait, what was that?
Are you going to be staying up with our host?
I have a few more questions.
All right.
Okay. The servant starts leading you down a few other halls and brings you to a guest room with 2 beds in it. And he just bows and gestures towards the room.
Thank you.
Looking around, you see there's just the closet is mostly extra linens. The beds seem fairly comfortable. They're nice beds. The drawers are empty. There's mirrors. There's candles. There's an empty chest, an empty wooden chest on the next to the windowsill.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any real plans before resting. I didn't have any plans for conversations either. So
okay.
When the door is closed,
Mm-hmm.
Endien's gonna pull out her swords and try to cut these ropes these strings that are hanging from her.
Yeah, you find yourself unable to
Slash through them.
It's not that they slash through them. It's just they hit the ropes and they don't cut.
After a few tries of that, she lets her short swords clatter to the ground and then pulls the king's sword out and tries that.
It does not cut through.
I don't know what these things are. Just out of breath because the king's sword's so heavy for her to swing around.
He mentioned you haven't made any deals or bargains with anyone?
Thellum, better hurry up here.
Oh.
Yeah, so Thellum, you're left alone in the room with Ridewolf.
My God.
Did you have more questions? Here, sit back down.
Okay.
Make yourself comfortable.
Snack on the apple some more.
Yeah.
Does Eileen mean anything to you? The name Eileen?
He ponders. As he sits back down, he ponders some more. There's something vaguely familiar about that, but I don't know what.
Hold on.
What does it matter to you, Ildatha? Who is this?
Out of character. I just want to confirm, because I can't find it right now. I did say Eileen's last name was Ramir, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Ramir. Eileen Ramir.
And his expression, his eyes open further. And what connection do you have to the Ramirs, Ildatha?
I keep forgetting that I said Ildatha. I was Eileen's adoptive son.
Why does that name keep ringing a bell? He looks like he's lost in thought for a bit. Like he's not saying anything. He's just like maybe lost in some memories.
Seeing that is not a hostile reaction. I will get up closer to him and ask him, if you were able to go in between Dark World and Prisma, did you have to do a spell? A ritual? Or is there just a place where you can just walk out?
It depends. Things work differently between Fracterra and Dark World. So sometimes our connections are the connections are weaker, sometimes they're stronger. So it really depends on when you can find a weak point between the worlds. I found a weak point and I crossed over.
Do you cross over multiple times or just one?
Just the once.
Can I look at his robe? Is there snake embroidery on it?
No.
It's just a Gucci. Okay.
My wife's name is Willow Ramir.
Willow by Taylor Swift. Well, I don't know what to do with that information. So, okay, I'm just talking out of character. So he's not the evil then that they were trying to keep out. I mean, it wouldn't make sense because he knows how to get out anyways. Do you? Have you seen the bubble?
I think you'd have to be a bit more specific than just the bubble.
It's a sphere. You interact with it, and it creates a sort of force field that you can maneuver.
Sorry, that does not ring a bell to me.
Did Willow ever talk to you about what she did at that lake?
Willow came from a long line of guardians, but it wasn't a thing she wanted, so she left that behind.
Do you know what they were guarding the lake from?
Willow was not very interested too highly in that part of her life anymore. That's why she and I eloped back to Dark World, so she didn't have to be a part of that world anymore. I did not press her too much on it.
I understand if you'd said no to this, but I just don't really know much of myself and the Ramirs, but would it be possible to see if I could go through anything she wrote down, any history about her, if you have any?
I keep her room untouched from when she passed.
I understand. You don't need to if you don't want to.
The name sounds so familiar. Eileen. I don't know. Maybe it's possibly just a relative of hers. But you're from the Guardians yourself.
Maybe. She took me in as her own, Eileen.
I see.
She did train me.
Oh, Willow's younger sister. That's what it is. I remember. She was not too fond of me. She was very upset that I was stealing her sister away from her. And you're her child. Adoptive, you said, right, Ildatha?
Yes. Okay, I gotta get this through. I'm sorry. I lied. My name is not Ildatha, it's Thellum.
Yes, I could tell you were lying, but...
Oh.
I thought I'd keep pressing you about it. Sorry, you said it was what? Thellum. Well, thank you for being honest with me, Thellum. Yes, follow me. And he gets up. I think it's at this moment you realize, like, the fish that was prepared was, like, fish commonly found in Lake EA.
What?
And fruits are from around where you grew up.
Manga.
We met quite some time ago, and we came back here. I inherited the place, and we had a very wonderful time together. And this is as you guys are walking towards down some hallways. We had a son together, but she passed away shortly after, when he was young. Unfortunately, he decided to cast away his interest in this place and ruling over the estate, and he made his way back to Fracterra.
What was his name? Maybe I could talk to him if I ever see him.
Kildane.
Murphy?
His name. Kildane Volcule.
Kildane. Why is he trying to kill Dane? Okay. Kildane.
He has snow white hair and pale skin. If you ever meet him, maybe you can convince him to give up his little dreams about being a librarian and have him come back home. But
I don't know. I met a couple librarians there. They always seem to want to be somewhere else. But I'll try my best if I see him.
Yes. And as you guys are approaching, he's like slowly getting to this room, and you start feeling like this weird. Give me a wisdom save.
Oh no! What is my wisdom mod? +2. That is 16.
16. Okay. Yeah. You feel like this sinister aura coming from the room across the room he's going towards. But he stops at the door and he opens it up, and he doesn't go inside. But he just opened it up and like gestures. This was her room, and don't mind if you hear noises from the other room. This is little Sigurd's room.
Your other son?
Yes, it was from a different mistress long after Willow passed. He's still an infant, but he shouldn't cause you too much trouble.
If Sigurd does, what should I do?
I don't know why he would, I guess. I don't know what... if he starts making a fuss, I'll come over or have a servant come to him.
But it's okay if I look around, right?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Thank you.
I think in a way, you're like an adoptive nephew in some regards, so I just prefer not to enter the room because I don't wish to think about it.
Okay, I will search for any info about Eileen, the lake, the Guardians, what they were guarding, the ritual.
Yeah.
And if it mentions... It would be highly unlikely, but if anything mentions anything about Thellum, I don't think Thellum would have been there when Willow was.
Since this seems like it's going to be taking a little bit,
yeah.
Nathaniel has set up on the bed. I'm assuming Endien is still occasionally trying to chop at her cords.
Oh, yeah. And when she's not, she like if she's talking to you at all, instead of like pointing with your finger, she's pointing with her short sword. Like you're constantly out. She's like, once Thellum comes up here, I'm gonna take that ring and shove it down his throat.
I will say, Nathaniel, your hands go through the strings. Like you don't. When you interact with the strings, they're not tangible. But when Endien does, they are tangible and unbreakable.
Interesting. I would probably either on my person or ask one of the servants for a larger block of wood. And as this is happening and Endien is ranting, Nathaniel's working on a larger wood carving of some sort.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like 6 inches long, like substantial.
Yeah. You can get that stuff. The servants will attend to you as you need. Start your carving, you start your flailing.
Thellum, I can make him get in the ring and then I can feed it to something.
Thellum, so you see this, it's dusty. It seems like it hasn't been entered in a long time. There's a mirror. It seems like it'd be like more of a personal room. I mean, they might have slept in the same room, but it seems like more of just a personal room for her and her effects. It's decorated in a way that feels more like it's from Fracterra. You see, like so there's like a mirror on the wall. There's that's why you've noticed so many mirrors, is because it seems a human woman had been living here, not just the person you guys are clearly assuming is a vampire.
Because he is.
You find a wooden trunk with a concertina on top of it. So it's like this. It's somewhat of like an accordion type instrument, but there is a trunk with stuff that, like, if you take off the concertina, as you set it down, it makes noise. And you open up the trunk, and this is like you look through drawers, you find clothing of hers. It's nothing crazy. You're not really finding too much of anything important until you open up this trunk, in which you find some robes, very similar to what you found in the chest under your house. You find, so it might be that she just kept her ceremonial robes that she used to have. You find like this silk-like wristband with a metallic cylinder attached to it. You find this like tear-shaped crystal. And when I say tear-shaped, I mean more crescent-like. Not like just like a standard teardrop, but like with the one that's kind of curvy to it. You see a book that looks kind of familiar. There's a book that Eileen used to read when you would go to bed, and it looks like very similar design-wise. There's like these metal bits to the corners. There's like these 3 colorful ribbon bookmarks attached to it. It's unmarked as to what it is, and you do notice a few other books in there as well.
Rereading. Okay,
I will let you know. It'll take you a few hours to read through all this stuff. If that's something you're interested in doing right now, or if that's something since you're by yourself at night, or if that's something you want to do another time.
Other one now.
You know. So you buckle you get on the bed, you start reading. So some of the books you find as you're looking through it takes you about an hour to go through some of these notes. You realize the Ramirs are a long line of guardians who were protecting the land that they're from. It seems as though what you can gather is Enoch Village are descendants of people from that area, but not like the Ramirs. The Ramirs are descendant even further from that area. It seems as though they are protecting the land from the city of Nimrod, which could at any point come back. It appears as though at the bottom of Lake EA is basically like a almost a portal. It's like a tear, more likely. It's like something was. It keeps the stitches on this thing keep breaking at some point, and it's their duty was always to every 10 years they needed to go back and perform a ritual to seal up this portal again before it would get bigger and reopen. So it seems as though that was what their guardianship was to as their family would go there, they would go down to the bottom of the lake and they would reseal the portal every 10 years. It seems as though Genevieve Ramir was Willow and Eileen's mother. She ended up having 2 daughters. It was supposed to be Willow who was going to continue all of this, but Willow rebelled and did not want to stay here and left, which explains why in that book she was like, you could only faintly see Willow's name because she was erased and from the list of guardianship. And that's why Eileen is there next, is because Eileen was then forced to take up the mantle because Willow left it all. But basically, Nimrod is a city of an ancient civilization that hid away and became monsters. And if they come back, they're likely to cause a lot of terrible conflict in the area. So that's why they do it. And they seem to be a very terrible threat, a real like existential threat to the area, which is why the final mission, if they seem to break through, is to summon a meteor to come down on it.
Wait.
Oh, go ahead.
The Guardians' mission was to summon a meteor on it, or was it Nimrod's?
Their mission is to seal the portal so they can't come through. But if something were to happen and they do come through, their last resort is to summon a meteor to come down and take it out, them included. So it's like a last resort. Yeah.
Someone's that powerful to summon a fucking meteor from a mirror? Okay.
Going through some more stuff, another hour of researching the book that looks like Eileen's book. You immediately notice it's like it feels like it's reading like a diary of Willow's time here in Dark World. Except as you're reading it, you start to realize that something's odd about the way it is. It's like she's writing to Eileen. Like that's how it, like the voices, it looks like she's writing letters to Eileen, but they've never been sent because they've all been in this book. And as you're flipping through it, it seems to end at some point. They talk about, having Kildane. Kildane's only like a child when she dies. Like at some point it stops at that. There's no more journey after that in the book. You see there's a bunch of blank pages towards the end, but in the back, you notice the last page has this big ink blot on the back. And then you also see some writing on the next page saying, "Hello, this is Gunu, and I have been practicing a lot." And then another page. "The house is really nice, and I have been practicing a lot. You are my best friend, book." And then you see a few pages like this. It's just Gunu, very, very basic sentences writing to this diary. "Dear best friend, I'm getting really good at shrinking things. Once I'm cured, I can make friends." Things like that. Yeah, like I said, after a few hours of reading, those are like the big takeaways you get. So it kind of clicks in your head, I think, that the book Eileen, there's been no message back from Eileen. It's always been Willow to Eileen. The only message back, it seems, is in the back, upside down, is Gunu writing in this thing. And you realize the book that Eileen's been reading while you were at sleep was the messages, the unreplied messages of Willow back to her.
What was the last message Gunu sent?
"Dear best friend, I am very close to this. I think eventually I will be able to shrink things to go in my blood. I am very close. I can't wait."
How many pages does this book have left?
There's about 30 blank pages in between the two.
God damn, Gunu, stop talking.
To be fair, the bulk of it is just Willow writing to Eileen. Hers is like 15 pages.
Oh, okay.
And an ink blot where she must have spilled ink on this book by accident.
That's all the books, right?
Yeah. You've read through, like it's the other ones have been like loose, like lately written things detailing the stuff she had from before, and then just her message book, basically.
I'm gonna grab the book and I will try and find Thradwolf. Okay,
Thradwolf. Yeah, you head back the way you came. He's still in his study. He's reading.
Hey, Mr. Valkyr?
Thellum, did you find what you were looking for?
Kind of. Is it okay if I take this with me? Show him the book.
He pauses because this feels like it might be a hard decision for him. Give me a persuasion check. With just persuasion.
I am your that Matthew. Could go either way. 12.
Of course, I was not interacting with it any, and I'm sure it'd be nice for you to reconnect. How is Eileen doing?
She's with Willow now. But
well, if you ever find yourself needing a place to stay, you are welcome at the Volcule Estate.
Thank you. If somehow I find anything more about Willow, would you like it?
No.
Thellum nods.
I have everything I'll need from my time with her.
Cool. Thank you for this. Thellum looks around for a servant.
Yeah, this one.
Could you lead me to my chambers?
Yeah, and he'll lead you to... He'll open the door to a room in which Endien is flailing and Nathaniel is carving.
Stands up and just points a sword
In
at
2
Thellum.
hours.
Thellum looks at you dead in the eyes. Willow.
That's not my name. Get in here.
Willow. Willow was a part of it. That filthy vampire fucked my my mother's sister.
That your aunt?
Aunt.
To be fair, Thellum probably doesn't know that word.
It is weirder to say your mother's sister than aunt. It seems like you're trying to distance yourself from him.
The lake was a portal. The lake was a portal to Nimrod. What's with the sword?
You get in that ring right now. And you ask.
You're right. I need to ask about the portal.
No, ask him about these. I'm gonna throw this ring out the window.
Thellum poofs into the ring, and it dings onto the hardwood floor.
She picks it up and throws it against the wall.
I feel a shake when I go in. Whoa, what was that?
Did Nathaniel have something? You looked like you had something you wanted to say, Nathaniel.
No, I was wondering if he had already poofed today, but I think the last conversation happened not on this day with Pazuzu.
Yes, correct. Okay. You peer in the ring. Pazuzu looks absolutely irritated.
Right, I forgot your feelings about this place.
Yeah, you and Pazuzu didn't leave off on the best of terms.
Hey, bestie.
Putting the ring under the bed.
Trap him there.
So, do you know anything about Nimrod? No? You still angry? Yeah?
I warned you about Dark World.
Nothing has happened yet. The worst I've...
You're
the worst
lucky that nothing has happened yet. Not a group of ghouls to kidnap you. You've yet to even see what lies out there beyond the safety of this fogged city.
Look, what I've experienced so far, other than getting licked, was beneficial to me. Look, I can see that you're angry. So if you don't want to help right now, understandable. I will just try and get us out of here as fast as possible. But I just wanted to ask if you knew anything about Nimrod.
Give me a persuasion at disadvantage.
That would have been good. I rolled the same number twice. Dirty 20.
Nimrod is an ancient civilization.
And
The most degenerate slops of living beings there ever existed live there.
do you know why they turned into monsters?
Hubris.
Was it they thought they could control some sort of power type of thing?
They thought they were above even the gods.
What they specifically do?
Too many sins to count, young Thellum. I wish not to speak more of these vile bottom feeders.
Thought he was just about to end it at bottoms.
They have large bottom energy.
Well, thank you. I will get us out of here as soon as possible. As soon as we find Darian. But thank you for everything. Oh,
I was hoping you were gonna just poof.
Before I go anywhere, because I can hear what people are saying outside the ring, right?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the strings on Endien?
If someone would like to make a deal, I'd be willing to look into it.
So it wasn't you.
No, those were there from as far as I remember.
You could see them?
Could you not?
No. The beginning of this journey, I couldn't see in the dark.
Oh, I remember that.
Then I opened my eyes.
Do you just not all see the things that are around you all the time?
No. Is there something in here that I can't see right now? That you see?
In here, no.
Oh. Okay. Well, thank you. And Thellum poofs out. Is he under the bed?
Yeah. He's trapped because the bed's too heavy and you're stuck.
Guys, please.
And he's just sitting down. You have fun talking to your friend.
Yes, I have info on the strings.
Go ahead.
It wasn't
Just the legs
Pazuzu.
crossed, just or foot tapping
It wasn't
in the
Pazuzu.
Are you sure?
He said he could always see it on you.
Even more concerning.
Can I please get out?
Go ahead. Sorry, my strength's a -1. I can't help you.
You can get out.
So what's this about a portal in a lake now that I've had a moment?
That's all the strange stuff that we saw in the basement at the lake house. Eileen was a part of a long lineage of guardians that protected the land, Enoch, from a civilization that turned into monsters, Nimrod. Apparently it would go to hell if they got through.
So then who's protecting it now?
I guess Gunu.
Oh, God.
Is there any date that signifies when the last ritual was?
No.
We need to go back. Get Darius and go back.
That's the plan.
Can I do a general check to see if any of this... Because if it's like portals and crossing of things and that type of stuff, I know the Pursuers, that isn't their main shtick, but like we crossed over and like all of that type of stuff. If there's anything...
I'd say either give me a history or an arcana check.
Yeah, they're both the same. 11.
Most portals that they like, it doesn't sound like anything of Prisma that you would be able to think of. So it could be its own demi-plane. It could be to another location on the same planet. It could be really anything to that degree.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. I wasn't expecting much, but are we good to rest then?
Yeah. We need it for the long journey ahead of us.
Yes, I need to.
Why is there only 2 beds?
We don't need one.
Oh. All right. Well, he hops in the bed that he was under.
Thellum pushes them together and uses one big bed.
You know what? Actually, no, he was nice to me. I'm not going to rearrange his furniture. I'll hop into one bed.
Okay.
Can you guys tuck me in?
No.
No.
Oh. Okay, good night.
Okay. So we enter the night. Thellum sleeps. You 2 trance. Can I get wisdom saving throws from everyone? The 2 Eladrin get advantage.
Ooh, charm, baby. The child's trying to charm. Oh, God damn it, Endien. She's
Fucking
too busy.
Endien.
She's angry trancing right now.
Yeah.
Saving throw, correct?
Yes.
Let's try to switch my proficiencies from my elven shit, but I rolled bad, so I have to look. Charisma?
Wisdom.
Wisdom? Oh, that's better.
Yeah.
12.
12.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Oh, 15.
15. All right. Can I get a perception from Nathaniel?
Fucking A. I got a 10. I have advantage and a +5, and I can't roll above a 10 on any perception check.
Nathaniel.
I have a 20 passive perception.
Yeah, well, I had advantage.
Are you at full right now, Endien?
Yeah. I won't be for long, I can assume.
All right. You wake up with 23 less HP.
Ow.
Holy shit.
You feel you have like this weird nightmare as you are trancing, like some dark thoughts just like start enveloping your trance, and maybe it's because you were so angry about things, but things get like weird and just they don't go the way you think they should be going, and maybe you feel like you're being puppeted around more and more, and you have like flashes of like Erica laughing at you, and you're never quite able to catch up to her to get her to shut up or cut your strings off. And you wake up feeling, you're not exhausted, but you feel lethargic. As this necrotic, like deathly feeling envelops you.
Eyes less gold than usual, more gray.
Are you all right, Endien?
Just sitting still, even being awake. No. I have strings hanging off of me that have apparently been here for months, if not more. And my communion with the elven heritage got me nothing to help with that. I still am proficient in Poisoner's Kit and Herbalism Kit because there's nothing useful in there. I feel drained. That was not a good trance.
Do you still feel comfortable to head out today?
Comfortable? No. But we need to. Can't let a bad trance keep us from finding Darius.
We shall persevere. And with that, seeing that Endien is struggling, I'm going to start off with a second level cure healing word on Endien in the morning.
Good, that was half of my HP.
I was just going to give you a potion.
Love rolling minimum on that, so you get 4 more hit points.
Thank you, Nathaniel.
Thellum will reach into his bag. Is his gold also hot?
Yes, it does. Give me a con save if you're touching this shit.
While he's touching his gold, I also want to thank you, Nathaniel, for how far you've come with us, especially with our predisposed their thoughts about me previously.
I'm a protector. That's what the pursuers do. I am no longer officially recognized by them, but I still hold their tenets in my heart. And this was part of me protecting you, all of you. I'm also working on a way to get us back.
Oh, while he is reaching in his bag. I rolled an 18, by the way.
18, okay, you're fine. But it is very hot.
He just doesn't notice it. he's too focused on the conversation. I did talk to Thradwolf about an exit. He just says we need to find a point that is weakest to cross through. He said he didn't need to do anything special, no ritual, no spell.
Well,
and then I'll grab a potion of healing and give it to Endien.
Thank you, Thellum. Sorry for being so rash last evening, or whatever it was.
It's cool.
Is it just a common potion?
Yeah, just common.
Just common. No, thank you.
Just common.
It may be different for Lord Volcule. He seems to be both native to this place and a being of some power if he can summon this mist and maintain it. So we may have to do a bit more to return. But I have plans.
But if anything does happen, he did invite me. I can probably extend an invitation to you back here again if we need refuge.
I, without even like fully knowing, kind of give Endien a little bit of a side glance. Yes, we keep that as an option.
Well,
using the chair to get up more than she usually would. All right, we should go. Nathaniel, I am sorry I couldn't be more of a protector. No one wears that burden more than I do. Stumbles for a second as she tries to walk to the doors. Okay. I'm good. Let's go.
I think like Nathaniel would reach out as you stumble, and say in a very low voice, "You're still very young, princess. You have time to be a protector." And yeah, start heading out.
Don't make that face.
He is a whore.
What?
They are a whore.
First
First of all, they are a whore. Not he is.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
At least be correct if you're gonna call them a whore.
Second,
What do you mean, meh?
Endien seems to be like working through some shit that Nathaniel doesn't want to like get into.
Yeah.
Look,
Fair enough.
all I've
Or at
seen.
least doesn't seem like that would help Endien get through it.
What is it?
Oh,
Whoa,
Baby
whoa,
maker.
too
whoa.
much baggage. Too much baggage.
I can leave the room. Shit.
Ildatha's already leaving the room. As an owl turns the doorknob.
And he's here.
Obi-Wan owled off of yeah, me too. Let's go.
But yeah, I mean, as you're leaving, you don't really see Dried Wolf in the manor. They might have like things they gotta do or whatever, but they're not in here, or at least in the areas that you walk by, like the entry, the foyer, or the study, or whatever. So he's not really seeing you guys out. But as you guys get out, again, you notice it's just dark with compass. So I think it's now able to hit you guys the reality of like, it's so hard to keep track of time here because there's no change in there's no day cycle.
Yeah.
And
we probably oversleep. Like, we trance for 4 hours, but if Endien had a shitty trance, like, we just left whenever Thellum got up, so however long he slept is now our new day.
Yeah. So you all
would have left a note for Thread Wolf.
Yeah.
Saying his things.
So you all head out from the Volcule estate into the belly swamps. It's a 3-day journey. You don't know what to expect. I'm not gonna make you do survival checks to navigate because you have compass to keep you on track definitively. As long as you understand that travel is through compass, then you can get through there.
Sorry, I thought of this. Threadwolf said how to get back to the manor, correct? He said east from compass always leads back to Volcule Manor. Okay.
Yes.
I was making sure of that before we officially left.
Yep. But I will be asking you to do a series of stealth and perception checks to navigate your way through without being caught up in something, and also to find your way through something. And at night, I am going to have you do... I'll have you do survival checks at night to make sure you're, like, comfortable and you're able to, like, not be destroyed at night, basically, while you're out there.
Destroy.
So you have 3 days of this. First, I'm going to ask for a group stealth check. The one out of the 3 of you that gets... I'm going to take the result that's the most medium. So like well, not the highest or the lowest, but like the middle answer from you guys.
Which one's first?
Stealth.
22.
I got a dirty 20.
Thellum.
You're taking the middle one, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So it
Okay,
doesn't matter.
I got in that one.
Nice.
Taking the middle number is nice in that sense.
Yeah, so you're able to move. It's not as wet as you're getting out there. It's you're not splashing through too much water to make too much noise as you're getting out. You think you guys have a really good start, even though Endien is feeling a bit down. As you guys are heading out of the fog, Endien disappears again. So keeping track of Endien is going to be very difficult. from now on, Endien will get advantage on stealth rolls. I
already
imagine. Okay, I was gonna say I imagine Endien is always.
I got my boots.
There you go. Okay. Can I get a perception check now? We'll do the same exact thing. So I'm going to take the middle result from you three. I've realized this is a good way to do group checks for you because there is 3 of you. I can always take a middle one.
Fucking finally. I got a 24.
We're all decent, so I'm not the middle one.
I rolled a 19.
Okay, good. I got a 10.
Something in my throat, bro.
Endien's focusing on her breathing, like when you're trying not to throw up.
Now, can I get a percentile at plus 30?
Oh, do it.
Yeah, I did.
We were all looking at each other.
93.
Ooh.
No, wait, sorry. Plus 30. 113.
Okay. First day goes smooth. Maybe it's because you're so close to the estates, not a lot of things come around here. But your time going through, you're not really getting a lot of it. It's just really gross, and you... it's a good thing that Thellum has really nice boots now. Otherwise, this would be the sewers all over again. Ildatha stays as an owl pretty much through this whole thing to get a little bit more view and range above everything, but doesn't get too far away so everyone knows where everyone's at. It gets to a point where it feels like you've been going for hours and hours and hours, like a course of a day. Nothing feels like it's changing. You hear in the distance, you hear like cricket sounds. You hear like some like bubble pops from the swamp water. But it gets to a point where you guys are getting exhausted. You could either press through to try and save some time and risk exhaustion, or you can try and find a way to camp here in the shit.
What are we thinking?
If you are okay to go ahead, I can push through.
Or do we rest while you are not feeling yourself and then push on the next day?
I don't want to hold us back at all.
It will be a larger setback if we are injured as part of pushing ourselves too hard.
We'll set up camp.
Yeah, describe how you're going about this. What does camp look like for you guys?
Is there any trees nearby?
Yeah, there's the occasional tree. Yeah.
Endien's gonna ask Thellum to give her a boost so she can get up in the tree, and she will trance in the tree for the evening. I don't know what the others would like to do. She's invisible, so she can just trance up there.
Yeah. I think Nathaniel's fairly comfortable, quote unquote, with camping in the rough. I feel like when they're doing their patrols, that's what they're normally doing. So going through, whether or not they have the materials for it, but like, again, a mostly dry place, gathering like semi-dry vegetation to like get us up out of any muck, trying to make it at least somewhat comfortable, especially for Thellum, knowing that he has to actually sleep instead of just trance.
I mean, the thing is, Thellum's been traveling hobo for a bit, so he has slept in shitty places. But he will help Endien up into the tree, and he will help Nathaniel do their dry vegetation picking thing.
Do you try to start a fire at all, or are you
after the wolf incident? Nah.
I will state, while you guys see fire, it doesn't give off a light emanation either.
Oh,
but like, is it?
Somebody might smell the fire though, but I just don't know if it's something that you guys are interested in dealing with the cold, or it's not like cold like it was in the mountains. It's just cold as in like nighttime in a swamp.
Yeah, but it's not cold enough to require a fire. It would just be a comfort.
Right,
thing.
yes.
Okay. I would push then not to have it, because the less we have to attract things to us, even without light, is better. Because it's not going to give us any benefit besides some small comfort.
Thellum's unaffected by the cold.
Are you doing watches at all?
Yes.
Okay. Is it Nathaniel first, then Endien second? Is that what we're doing, or only because?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wasn't sure because if you're trying to keep the tight 8 for Thellum's rest and the tight 8,
and then also that'll give Endien. I know, we still have to finish the 8 hours, but Endien then can rest initially. Since she is more injured.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'll be more injured by the end of my rest, I bet.
All right. Can I get a group survival roll?
Okay. Ugh.
Oh!
Maybe the low roll. I got a 10.
I got a 4.
So what was Endien's?
14.
14. Okay. Okay. Not bad. Oh yeah. The night goes smooth. You're doing good. Day 2. It's been almost unchanging scenery in a way as you've been going through this sphere of terrain all around you with nothing but compass in the sky. Can I get day 2's stealth checks?
So I'm just marking off my hit die.
Ooh. I got a 6 that time. No, a 5. Sorry.
Oh, you better roll good. Holy poop, I rolled bad too.
So 5. What is yours?
Endien got a 15.
Oh, I got a 19.
All right.
That's still not bad.
15. All right.
Thank God I have a +7.
Can I get the group perceptions?
Fuck off.
No.
I got a 12.
Thellum,
Got a 7.
I got a 16.
Not good all around.
All right, you are making your way. The water's rising on you. It's more exhausting to walk through. It's harder to keep up the precision you were having the day before. Can I get a percentile from someone with a +15?
Kyle's turn.
Plus 15?
Yep.
15.
15?
No, I'm adding 15. I'm adding 15.
Okay.
I'm adding 15. That would have meant I had to roll a 0.
I don't think you can do.
Did he what?
Okay, it's above 50.
I won.
It's above 50.
As you're making your way, you suddenly notice a figure come into view. Back turned to you. They seem to be picking at a bush. There is a black cat sitting on top of the bush as well.
Darius. He loves black cats, dude.
He loves bushes and black cats.
I will personally
Loves
try
a cat in a bush.
get their attention. Not get their attention.
What?
I will personally be stealthy.
You're
Just
gonna
walk
try
around them.
Get away from that? Okay.
Yeah. They're not bothering me, I'm not bothering them.
I think same strategy, just trying to avoid contact.
Yeah. The cat watches you as you start walking past. Would you like a taste?
I will start talking in primordial, and make it look like I'm saying sorry, and I'm just walking away.
Savage.
Yeah. See. Okay. Yeah. I mean, the cat just all right. They're very tasty berries.
Oh, the cat's saying this.
Yes, the cat. Yeah, you're hearing the cat. The woman. There's this figure. This woman hunched down over it, picking from the. Seems like she's eating berries from this bush.
Good. I'm good.
Yeah. I'm following Thellum's lead. This isn't my shit to start interacting with. And also, even though I don't think she ever would, but I'm just silently pleading to Endien, just don't fucking say anything. Just stay invisible. I know you're going to, but please just stay invisible so we don't have to explain our invisible friend.
Hello!
I'm sure all of these cat encounters are very fun and very exciting, but this is not that type of
I would have done
based encounter.
I would have done and followed those cats in the alley.
I know you would have. And that's the plan.
The cat doesn't say much more, just watches you walk off from distance. You guys are making your way through. It's time to camp again. Is it the same as before?
Yeah, if there's a tree.
Yeah.
I'm a little stronger now, so I'll do it myself.
I am, because I switched
like a normal person.
my proficiencies during the last long rest. And now I'm proficient in carpenter's tools, which allows me to make temporary shelters.
Ooh.
So like much better, like now that we've been out here for a day, like before it was very rough, but now more substantial, small lean-to underneath this tree. Keeps us up out of the muck, sheltered from the wind, that type of stuff.
Okay. Can I get survival checks from everyone? And Nathaniel can do it with advantage.
Ooh, there we go, girl. You got a good trance in. Now you're rolling good. 23.
What'd you get, Kyle?
16.
Good, because I got a 7.
Ooh,
with advantage. The other one was a natural 1.
Oh. What if we all roll natural 1?
Don't bring that into this.
Well, the middle one, well, with our modifiers, it'd be all different.
So Nathaniel does not sleep well with this, or does not trance well with this. I think you realize maybe it's because you're so attuned to nature and spending time out there that you realize like the water here is a little acidic. And it's also kind of nauseous. Like you feel like if you spend an extended period of time out here, you could easily get disease and sickness. It's like it's a very volatile, hostile environment to be in. And you're kind of feeling that a bit when you wake up. Nothing mechanically, but you're feeling it a bit when you wake up.
Yeah, it feels very foreign. Like I'm used to nature, and this isn't like any nature I've ever traveled in.
Yeah. Day 3 of travel. Hopefully, if you're lucky, you'll end the night in Muller's Village. Give me those stealth rolls.
There we go. Dirty 20.
So that's the second time I've rolled a nat 1, but because I have advantage, I got a 15.
I also got a 15.
Ooh.
Look at us.
There's no middle. You guys got a 0. No, okay. Okay. I think you're trudging the same way you were last time. I think this is the best you've got with as it gets like mercury
poisoning.
Murkier and wetter. Give me those perceptions.
Don't tell me what to do.
Got a 13.
19.
19.
14.
14.
Ooh.
You're a little bit more alert. Yeah, I think things are going pretty good for you still. This has been you have all around in your travels have not had to deal with too much. I think it's good because the worst thing that could happen is you waste too much time, you think. So give me that percentile plus 15. No, plus 30 because you had a good night rest. That's right.
37.
You stinky.
Sorry. It was my turn. I apologize. I wish I would have rolled higher as well. I'm glad we got a plus 30 on it. It was
fissure opens in the earth.
It was Bumble who fucked us because he's like, oh yeah, like you guys are doing so good, everything's going fine.
Let's see what I would have gotten.
Yeah, I want to see what I would have.
I would have gotten a 91.
I would have gotten an 88.
Fine. I won't roll any more percentiles.
Wait, plus 30, 110.
Yep, just you guys.
100. Yeah.
Fine. Just no. If you ever ask me to roll another percentile, no. Not my job. I roll too poorly. At least Nathaniel does.
To be fair, we didn't ask you to roll that. You did it on your own.
What was everyone's perceptions again?
God, I already said another number. That's a way
I'm
gone.
pretty sure Nathaniel
19.
I got a 13.
Yeah,
13, 14.
And I had 19.
19. Okay. It's Endien who notices this.
Ooh.
You are walking through. Everything seems like it's going real smooth. Something moves in the swamp, and it's very subtle, but you notice it. And it's right next to you guys. And we'll see you next time. Oh, I have to do an outro, I guess.
You don't have to.
If you'd like to ask me about how it is in the belly swamps, you can always hit me up at Twitter at BumbleScum. That's with a K. If you'd like to know what's about to snag them from the ground, you can always hit up the IDL at IDL_RPG. If you would like to talk to your fellow fans about this, you can always use hashtag IDL. If you'd like to ask how to make a lean-to, you can always hit up Adam at Little Growth. If you'd like to know what it's like to wake up feeling like shit, you can always hit up BakaZombie at Zombie Baka. And we'll get to Kyle in a bit. He's reading some precious memories in a book. We'll have to deal with that in a few hours when he's done.
Look at this photograph.
Bye.